Good evening, fans. Good afternoon, fans. Good day, fans, and happy Father's Day. So happy to have you along for the ride. It is the first ever matinee affair here at Flathead Field. My name is Jack Gladstone. We just had a really cool opening ceremonial first pitch because the Glacier Range Riders are proud to be a family-owned and operated team. The first pitch, Range Riders owner Marty Kelly threw to his son, Chris Kelly, who is the Range Riders VP, and his grandson, Mikey, was there as well. And now you see Nick Hogan walking out with his son for the meeting of the managers. We'll kind of give you the full setup of the teams and everything else when we come back for the first pitch. But before then, we'll tell you about last night. It was a 5-0 lead that the Range Riders shot out to, but after the 5-0 lead, there was a little bit of a comeback sparked by the Paddleheads in the top of the sixth. They put up 4 runs, made it 5-4. Insurance, or a little bit of a buffer, was added in the bottom of the sixth. 6-4 was that score. Another run came across. 7-4 was the final score of the contest. Austin Steinfort came on and got the save. It's another man with the initials AS, Andrew Stout, who is the starter today for the Glacier Range Riders. We'll see how he does. A little bit of a different lineup for both sides from what we've seen. But we will be back in just a few moments to bring you the first pitch from Flathead Field. Happy Father's Day and happy Sunday. We'll see you in just a few moments. My name's Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the ride.
Number 24, the first baseman from Rome, Georgia, Brody Wofford. Hitting fifth, number 36, the designated hitter from Woodstock, Georgia, Livingston Morris. Batting sixth, number 14, the catcher from Huntington Beach, California, Justin Mazzone. Hitting in the seventh spot, number 7, shortstop from Austin, Texas, Austin McNicholas. Batting eighth, number 5, playing second base from Plano, Texas, Ryan Cash. And batting ninth, number 1, the third baseman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brent Broussard. Batting
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to the beautiful Flathead Field to finish out the 6th game in 6 days in the inaugural homestand for the Glacier Range Riders. A beautiful national anthem just sung by Nava Schilling, and we are just about to be underway here at Flathead Field for this Sunday contest. Not just Father's Day here, and a happy Father's Day to everybody listening, tuning in, whether you are a father of a player, whether you're a father in general, whether you're a host dad, or just a father figure that has played that role in somebody's life. You are appreciated, and you are appreciated every day, but today is a special day to recognize it. Andrew Stout is the starting pitcher for the Glacier Range Riders today. For Stout, he steps on. He makes his 6th appearance, 6th start, 6.0 ERA, 15 innings pitched for him, 13 strikeouts to 9 walks for the right-hander. Stout, he calls Plainfield, Illinois home, and most recently played in the American Association with the Kane County Cougars. Let's go through the lineup for the visiting Missoula Paddleheads. The leadoff man is Brandon Riley. Sparks will bat second, Thompson third, Newman fourth, Gatewood fifth, Greenwald sixth. The bottom three are Willman, who's going to make his debut here, Davis, and Watley. First pitch swung on, fouled back and out of play. And we have a few seconds early on the starting pitch. We've been really good at being on time. 3:04 right now on the clock that I got. 63 degrees here in the beautiful Flathead Valley. 0-1 is the count now. That pitch will miss high. The count goes to 1-1. Riley makes his first leadoff appearance in this lineup. Watley's been the leadoff man before. That one check swing. Home plate umpire said he did not go. And he said the ball missed the strike zone, so the count is 2-1. Swung on, hit over to first, fielded by Wofford. He'll throw to Stout, who he will miss Stout. And I believe that'll go down as an E3 there, the way that looked, because it would have been an out. And Wofford just couldn't hit the moving target of Stout. And so Riley reaches in the leadoff spot on the error. Next man is Lamar Sparks, as that one is a strike in the zone. Count goes to 0-1. That one again hits the zone. Now it's 0-2 for Sparks, who Batted in the 3 spot in the opener for the Paddleheads of this series. And last night got the night off. 0-2 coming in from Stout to Sparks. Skips in the dirt, thought about going and went part of the way, did Riley, but he retreats back to first. Counts now 1-2. No outs here, top of the first inning. 0-0 between the Range Riders and the Paddleheads in Game 3 of this 3-game set. 1-2, about to come into the right-hander Sparks, who's playing in right field today for the Paddleheads. Swung on, a chance for 2. Cash will flip. Well, Cash actually ended up fumbling that. That one just got stuck in his glove. He ends up doing all he can to force it to second, and McNicholas receives a fairly high degree of difficulty flip from Cash. You could tell for a second there was something going on with Cash, though, because he didn't flip that one right away. Took a few steps towards second instead of just flipping. Just goes down as a 4-6 fielder's choice. First pitch there. Misses. Counts 1-0 now to Cameron Thompson, who bats in the 3 spot. He got that 4-run rally in the top of the 3rd going, or top of the 6th going for the Paddleheads last night. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-1. Stout now setting. About to throw the 1-1 with 1 out. Runner on first in Lamar Sparks. Missing low there. Count goes to 2-1. Fires that one in. Cash will have a chance to redeem himself. He'll touch second, throw off balance to first, and it's in time. Cash makes amends after the failure to get the double play on the last ball his way, but there, it's 4-3 double play to end the inning. When we come back in the bottom of the first, we'll have a very special guest. Don't go anywhere. It's 0-0. We head to the bottom of the inning. We're back here in the bottom of the first inning. It will be the first cracks for the Glacier Range Riders. They'll see Mark Timmons, the new pitcher, the starter, 24-year-old out of Nebraska, Omaha. Grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. And we have a very special guest on this Father's Day, a very personal special guest for me, and it's my dad, Jack Gladstone. First of all, Dad, happy Father's Day. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Scott. I just made it.
You came in, you got to experience, the little bit of a, the parking situation that we got going on here, and coming into the stadium. You did sing the national anthem here a few nights ago. As this one's cracked by McConnell, going to be a tough play for Watley, but he spins and not in time over to first there. Great play from the shortstop Watley, but just too much speed from the leadoff man McConnell. Of course, you sang the national anthem. How was it as a fan here? Of course, I haven't experienced the game as a fan, but watching the game, how was it?
It's the chemistry of community, I would call it, more than anything, because it's rare to get this many people, usually athletic events, maybe concerts, where everybody's rooting for a common for kind of a common buzz, common victory in this case. And a lot of dads out there right now as I look down in the bleachers.
A couple pickoff attempts over to first base to try and snag McConnell. Yeah, I mean, that was something I was talking with the owner, Marty Kelly, about before the game. As McConnell will go on the first pitch. The throw will be in time, but a little bit off the bag, and the second baseman, Willman, had to try and get his glove there in time. Could not do it. McConnell, they knew he was going. He went anyway, and he got to second. Something about the Flathead Valley is it's so spread out. There's so many different communities. There's 2 AA schools in Kalispell, and then, some single A schools around in Columbia Falls. And there's high school, maybe football for sure, but basketball games as well that bring people together. But this brings this whole big community together, as that one's a base hit up the middle. Green light for McConnell. No chance to get him.
He's in.
An RBI single for Sam Linscott, who's actually a Washington native like yourself. He grew up in Marysville, Washington, which actually I haven't looked on a map. Do you know where Marysville is, Dad?
It's up by Ronnie Black, and one of my teammates at the University of Washington lives up at Marysville, Lake Stevens.
So not far away from the biggest city in Seattle, or the biggest city in Washington, Seattle. And that's something, especially while we're watching a game here, is good to talk about. Dean Miller coming up to the plate to try and follow up the RBI single from Sam Linscott. First pitch misses there to Miller, counts 1-0. You were a Division I athlete yourself a fair time ago, and you were a football player at the University of Washington, won a Rose Bowl alongside some pretty dang good players, including your quarterback for that team, Warren Moon. When you kind of look at the evolution, the difference between these guys, as a lot of these guys are D1 athletes, but all over. When you kind of pay attention to the athletics landscape, what do you think has kind of changed the most from your time as an athlete?
Well, physically, these guys are comparable with the major league, but the deal is in the head with consistency and with focus, with mindfulness, with optimism. And that's really what propels an average player into.
That's a base hit there.
Yeah.
Not an average hit there, as Linscott thought about going to third, comes back. But the good start right now for the Paddleheads. Looks like your good luck up here for the Range Riders. Looks like your good luck up here for the home team.
Yeah, and that the connecting, to sacrifice the appropriate part of self to become team. And I just seen I've been keeping an eye on the YouTube channel with you guys. It's really the most excited I've been about any team, and since the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, for that matter.
First pitch coming in here to Brody Wofford, trying to keep the streak going against Timmons. That one's in the zone, called strike there. Just 8 pitches thrown by Timmons, but he's been touched up a fair amount. 3 singles off him and a run scored. It's 1-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. I think I've presented this to you, but this rivalry here between Missoula, as this one's hit over to first. The throw actually is going to be bobbled, so it will only work out as a 3-1 ground out over there, but gets the job done and at least gets one out on the board for the Paddleheads who are looking for it. Both Linscott and Miller advance. And now Livingston Morris steps up to the plate. Yeah, I mean, you talk about what I was saying. Missoula and the Flathead Valley. Are you a fan of my self-titled rivalry for it, the Mission Mountain matchup?
The Mission Mountain matchup. Yeah, that is. Let's see what Livingston can come up with right now. Bang.
He's going to hit it over to third. They're going to try and make the throw at home, and now Linscott's caught in a pickle. It's going to go 5-2, and eventually it will be out over as they advance Miller to third base, but it will just work out as a fielder's choice. And probably just going to have to go back and look at the tape to see exactly what that is scored as, but one will go down on that one as it's a great play by the Missoula Paddleheads defense on that fielder's choice out. Now runners on the corners for Justin Mazzone. Miller on third. Morris moves to first. First pitch there. Gets away from the catcher, but Miller not going to go on it. Counts 1-0. Yeah, I mean, you talk about the community, the experience, and you live in this area generally. You come by this a lot. How did you track the building of it driving by on US 93, and then when you came in, just the facility, did it blow your mind a little bit?
It blew my mind when I came up here and I saw all the work. And I know that Swank Enterprises is probably one of the top construction outfits in the region because my cousins and my relatives have worked alongside of them.
Swing and a miss. Counts 2-1 right now for Mazzone.
This really is the entry of the Flathead Valley and Kalispell in our little metropolitan area as a competitive corner in Montana, and we're in the big leagues now in a small way.
2-1 coming in. Mazzone swings on it, fouls it back. Yeah, I mean, and the great thing about this, you talk about community and how having a crowd cheer for a common cause. This is going to be an interesting facility because it's going to be a multi-purpose facility once it's all complete. Right, baseball at the moment, but just talking. With Marty Kelly, he has other bigger plans in store for it.
Would there be a better place for an outdoor concert in the valley? I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, not at all. And if you get decent weather outside, with the backdrop here, the mountains over Columbia Falls to the right, you get Big Mountain, Whitefish Mountain in left field, and Glacier National Park straight away. That one's hit up the middle. Base hit. Going to be an RBI single from Justin Mazzone. He brings home Dean Miller. It's 2-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's really exciting, too, is the Flathead Valley's never hosted professional baseball. This is the first team. Every other team every other of the major 7 cities in Montana, except for Bozeman, now have hosted teams. But you'd think there'd be some sort of a learning curve for the fans to get into it. But, all these fans seem like ready for baseball. And there's no learning. They know the right times to cheer. They know when to, chirp the other team a little bit as a foul ball makes it 0-1.
Yeah, what's up with Bozeman? I think they're only like 10 miles, 12 miles from Montana there.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling, with the success that you're seeing right now with the Range Riders, I don't think they're going to be very far behind. And then that would just leave, out of the Big 7 in Montana, Helena. And as this one's hit to second, should be the end of the inning. It's a 4-3 ground out there to end the frame. We'll be right back, 2-0 after the first inning. We'll be right back. We'll have another half inning with my dad, Jack. Don't go anywhere. It's 2-0, the Range Riders lead on YouTube. Back here in the top of the second, Scott Gladstone alongside my dad, Jack, on Father's Day. Dad, something that, as Jason Newman's going to lead off, something that, obviously I learned a lot from you, and kind of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is the art of storytelling. You're a singer-songwriter in this region, around Montana, around the country sometimes, as the first pitch is hurled in, hit to short. Nice. McNicholas Fields puts it on the money to get out Newman, out number one, the 6-3 variety, and we're one gone in the top of this inning. What do you think when you think about, kind of the art of storytelling, whether it's through sports, whether it's through, stories and history, then what are your kind of keys and what are you conscious of when telling the stories of, athletes and people and, just events and everything like that? What are you conscious of as that one missed outside count goes 1-0?
Well, I'm conscious. One of the biggest things I learned from Lloyd Maines. Lloyd Maines, the producer of the Dixie Chicks and the producer of 4 of my CDs. Lloyd Maines said, "Remember what we are doing here." Just a second.
Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1.
Remember what we're doing here is we are illustrating the story that you are telling, we are telling, up here. And so you are serving a whole nother narrative. And it's not about me, it's about us and the connection, the chemistry between the team, and how selflessness.
Swung on, this one's high up there. Stout's pointing at it, and eventually he's called off. Brant Broussard comes over and
got it.
a little testy, but he makes the play, and the pop-out is out number 2.
Just like that, just the illustrations going on and the communication on the field and the smiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Just you take it easy, as the Eagles once wrote.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's sports or telling the story of history,
yeah,
it should be fun. It should be fun, and you can get through it. And I already mentioned your time as an athlete. What do you think you took from playing sports, as that one swung on and missed by Keaton Greenwald? What do you think you took, for guys like this where, eventually, whether it's this year, whether it's next year, whether it's 10, 15 years from now, their time as an athlete's going to end. What did you take from your time as a Division I football player, a Rose Bowl winner, that you translate now to kind of your everyday life or your career, or kind of how do you look at that as that one swung on a miss, counts 0-2?
Well, in both high school and college, there were seasons when we started out 1 win and 3 losses. So one of the worst teams in the country for the Huskies that year, we won the Rose Bowl. We came back. We did not accept. We've got a pitch coming up here.
0-2, 2 outs. Pitch misses low, counts 1-2 now.
Yeah, we didn't accept what other people were talking about us. We had quote unquote come to Jesus moments, and we did our inventory. We got rid of the negativity, we got rid of the garbage, and we just focused on being a team, being an interconnected band of brothers. And that's what it's all about, whether it's music or whether it's football or whether, as we look down on the baseball field.
1-2 now. Pitch coming in. Called strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Stout. He's cruising. The Range Riders still up 2-0. Well, Dad, you have a show to do tonight on the other side of the mountains, so you got to get out of here. But I want to thank you for being such a good dad to me and joining me in the booth, and happy Father's Day to you.
Also, give a little reminder next Friday night.
Friday night, which is the first game after our homestand. If you're in the area at 8 o'clock, my dad and Rob Quist are playing up in Glacier National Park. So at Apgar Amphitheater. So it's great. There's always something to do at night around here, and right when these Range Riders finish their homestand, then you can go all around here and find great local music as well.
It's an honor to be your dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. Back here in the bottom of the second, Ryan Cash leads off this inning against Mark Timmons. Batting in the 8 spot is Cash. Once again, thanks to my dad, Jack, for joining on the broadcast today. One of the great things about being able to call these games in my home is being near my family. And Ryan Cash singles on the first pitch into left field there. A base hit for Cash, who, speaking of dads, his dad was his high school baseball coach. One of the reasons clearly for his success on the diamond. And probably watching at home, sees his son put that one into left field on the first pitch, and one aboard with no outs for the number 9 batter, Brant Broussard. Broussard steps in here. Most of his games he has played in the number 9 spot, playing second leadoff. Squares to bunt there, but pulls back. Count goes to 1-0. The Glacier Range Riders are debuting a brand new jersey here. They're camo jerseys, which are really cool, but the problem is their numbers on the back are a little bit funky, kind of hard to read if you don't know who they are, so you'll have to bear with me when new pitchers come in. On the other side, the Missoula Paddleheads are wearing their tie-dye jerseys, another team in the PBL with a multitude of jerseys. Count goes to 2-0 as that one misses off the plate. In the bottom of the first, it was an RBI single by Sam Linscott and an RBI single by Justin Mazzone that has made it now 2-0. Ryan Cash has got those wheels to steal. Talking with my dad a little bit about his football career. And Ryan Cash talked a little bit 2 nights ago about his football career down in Texas as a quarterback. Has the 7th most career passing yards as well as touchdowns in Texas football history. 2-1. And now 2-2 after the swing and a miss from Brant Broussard. Cash over there on first. Initially out of high school, went to Oklahoma State, won a Big 12 championship with the Cowboys before transferring and finishing out his college career with Oral Roberts University. 2-2 now is the count for Broussard. No outs, runner on first. Swung on. This one's dribbled back towards the pitcher. He's going to look at second, but realize that he doesn't have a play to make there. Lets Cash advance, and the ground out 1-3 puts one away in the bottom of the second. Beautiful day here as we flip over the card. 64 degrees. A nice cool wind blowing through. First ever day game at Flathead Field. As it's Ben McConnell, who's 1 for 1 with a single, stole second base, and then scored on the Sam Linscott RBI single. First pitch to McConnell misses low. Count is now 1-0. The Nebraska native, Mark Timmons, on the mound. Told you a little bit about him, and I graduated from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. 1-0 coming in. Foul ball. Count goes to 1-1. Now Timmons, he has the second highest ERA on the team, a 9.00 ERA, 0-1 record. This is his third start. 8 innings pitched. He has 11 strikeouts to no walks. So don't expect him to allow a lot of free passes, which after the Paddleheads last night definitely walked more batters than they wanted to, and that was a weakness for him and one of the reasons for the loss. They will sure be happy to see Timmons out here as that one misses high. The check swing doesn't go. Counts 2-1 now with 1 out and a runner on second here in the bottom of the second. Timmons' 10th pitch of the inning coming up. Misses off the plate now. 3-1 for McConnell. McConnell on the season. His speed definitely helps his batting average a little bit, or at least his on-base percentage, with the ability to purr down the line. Hitting .346 is Ben McConnell. Light Cash on second. A Texas man. 3-1 coming in. Timmons sets. Long stare at Cash, who's dancing on second, gets him out of his stance. And Cash gets back to first. Fired in towards short, fielded and thrown to first in time, but Cash, who is quick on contact there, advances to third on the 6-3 ground out. Up comes Sam Linscott now, 1 for 1 with an RBI already today when he put that one into shallow center field. The Lewis Clark State graduate now steps up for his second time. Joined by a handful of other Lewis Clark State players, including Dawson Day, a pitcher, as well as the starting catcher today for the Range Riders, Justin Mazzone. And it is both of those Lewis Clark Warriors that combined for the 2 runs brought home today. First on Linscott's single, then on Mazzone's single. 0-1 now is the count. 2 outs here as Mark Timmons prepares to throw his 30th pitch. Misses there, not by much. Must have been a little bit inside as the count goes to 1-1. That one does not miss. Similar spot as the last one. Called strike, though. Counts 1-2 now with 2 outs, and the runner on third being Cash. I already said it, no walks for him this year for Timmons in his 8 innings pitch. He'll blow up the strike zone pretty good, but that also leaves a lot of opportunities out there for batters to feast on it. That one will miss. I think the last 3 pitches have all been just about in the same spot, but 2 of them called the ball, 2 of them, or 1 of them called a strike. Counts now 2-2, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second, 2-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. Late swing there from Linscott protecting the plate, fouls it off. Count stays 2-2. Andrew Stout in the top of the first for the Range Riders. First batter reached on an error, then a fielder's choice as that one will miss inside. Now it'll be a full count. And then a double play finished it off, so he faced the minimum in the top of the first, and then he could face the minimum with a 1-2-3 inning ground out, pop out, strikeout in the top of the second. So he's through this game pretty solid. Offense trying to give him some more wiggle room to work with. 3-2, swung on, over to third. Going to be a long throw across the diamond, but it is made by the third baseman, Thompson, for out number 3. So Cash gets all the way to third, but can't come home to score, and it's still 2-0. We head to the second. Back here in the top of the third, it is 2-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. We're going to see Andrew Stout come out for his third inning of work. Stout, I already mentioned his stats on the year, 6.0 ERA, 0-1 record. This is his 6th start. He has thrown for an average of 3 innings in each of those 5 starts before this, 15 innings pitched total in 5 games. That's pretty quick math. I already mentioned his strikeout to walk ratio, 13-9 thus far. Doing solid in this game, though, has faced the minimum. We'll see 7, 8, 9, including a debutante for the Missoula Paddleheads, Cameron Williams. First pitch to Williams, called a strike. Right in the zone off the knees of Williams. Count now goes to 0-1. Nobody out here. Top of the third. Cameron Williams just added today. As that one will miss high. Trying to get the call behind the plate is Mazzone. Doesn't get it. Count goes to 1-1. McLean O'Connor was placed on the IL with an injury to make way for the man who gets a hit right there. So what a way to make your first appearance, as it's Cameron Williams that steps up, the 6'3" man out of New Mexico. Played his college ball at the University of New Mexico, and that's where he comes from. A first professional hit for Wheelman puts him aboard first with nobody gone here in the top of the third. Now the batter is the number 8 man, Brenton Davis. And the first pitch into the left-hander hits the strike zone. Called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Now 1-0 miss. Now 1-1. Andrew Stout, that was his 25th pitch thus far. Now the 1-1 coming in. Fouled back off the netting. Count goes to 1-2. For Cameron Willman, 24-year-old. He started his career at Kansas State before playing in the Texas Collegiate League in the summer of 2020. Going back to K-State and then playing with the Bismarck Larks in the Northwoods League last summer before, like I mentioned, just finishing his collegiate career out with the University of New Mexico, making his debut this final season for him, a .310 batting average with the Lobos in 41 games played. He hit 5 home runs and hit 22 RBIs, and the Willman family will be very happy to see him get his first career professional hit. That one misses low, and now Willman running, but he will advance on the wild pitch. Two and two is the count after that one. Hit the dirt and got Willman to second. Brenton Davis still at the plate. Davis started the first game of this 3-game clash between these two squads. Have a quick meeting between Mazzone and Stout as they try and make sure that they're on the same page. 2-2 about to come in to Brenton Davis. Davis batting .150 on the year. Just 20 at-bats from him so far as a paddlehead in 2022. Called strike, just touching the outside corner. Count goes back to 0-0 for Kevin Watley, who moves from the leadoff spot that he was in the last 2 nights to the second leadoff spot here in the 9-hole, as he has done every time. Comes up and wipes off home plate, making sure that home plate is clean, and then touches his toe with the bat. Swings and misses on that one, fooled on it. I think because of his quirks that he has at the plate, fans here in the Flathead Valley have started to notice it a little bit, and I don't know if they're chirping him a little bit for it or what, but there's a little bit more of a ovation when you see a swing and a miss from Watley. Stout is going to end up stepping off the mound. 0-1 count, 1 out, runner on second. Here in the top of the third, 2-0, the Range Riders lead the Paddleheads. A base hit, though. Seemingly has a pretty good chance for the speedy Willman to be able to get through, but a swing and a miss there makes it 0-2. Coming in. Swung on, just got a piece of it and it's fouled back. A great Father's Day crowd. I think this is the biggest crowd we might have had. I mean, it seems like a very densely populated seated area, but maybe that just means more fans are in the seats constantly. Last trips up to the concession stands right now on this afternoon. That one is just tapped and hit foul. The count will stay 0-2 as Watley's taking the bat off his shoulder every single pitch he's seen. We see, we're maybe hearing some chanting from the crowd here. I think they're trying to chirp the amount of time that Watley's taking. That one will miss low. The crowd wanted it because they're trying to get to Watley. They're counting the amount of times that he taps his toe. That's what they're doing to Watley. Oh, we love a little crowd interaction to spice up the Mission Mountain matchup here. That one missed, and the crowd really wanted it there, but now they get to have another chance to count out the toe taps of the bat for Watley. This has been one of the most exciting at-bats here, as he does not, there we go. He just goes back to 3 there after going with 4 his last time. 2-2 coming in. Swung on and missed. Well, every story has its heroes, but every story also has its villains, and we'll see the next time Missoula comes here if the crowd can remember Watley's name, as I'm sure they'll remember him at least for the rest of this game, as that has definitely become a fan activity for this Sunday affair. Now 2 outs as Brandon Riley, the leadoff man, steps up. That one is carrying out to left center field. Backing up is Linscott. He reaches up as he gets to the warning track to make the catch for out number 3. So Willman reaches with his first professional hit, but no more for the Paddleheads. He's stranded at second, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Dean Miller will lead off the bottom of the 3rd here. Dino steps in as a California native, his first time up He singled on a ground ball into right field. That eventually helped what would be a run scored by Miller. Called strike. And another called strike. Count is 0-2 on Dean Miller. Miller batting .361 in 21 games played. Now an 0-2. Swung on down the right field line. Going to be a long throw again, but another great throw from Thompson over at third base. We've seen him at second the past 2 nights, but moving into the 3 spot in the lineup and moving over to third, has done well to catch a Miller that moves really well for his size, definitely. Saw him escape a pickle last night, and that was crucial because he ended up adding another run for the Range Riders because of the fact that he didn't get out. Called strike there to Brody Wofford, who is 0 for 1. He did advance 2 runners on a ground out his first time up. 0-1. Big swing and a miss from Wofford. Counts now 0-2. Makes contact with that one, but it's a high fly ball over near third base, and Thompson yet again backing up and making the grab there. Pop out to Thompson is out number 2. Livingston Morris, his first time up, grounded into a fielder's choice. That was the hit over to third where Dean Miller was caught in the pickle and did not escape at that time. First pitch to Morris, up high. Count goes to 1-0. Timmons, 42 pitches thrown thus far through 2 2/3 innings. Both those runs against him were earned, as no errors have been made by the Paddleheads yet. That one called on the upstairs part of the zone for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Swung on by Morris there, carrying out to right field, but it's going to die. Despite what the crowd wanted from it, a fly out to Lamar Sparks is the end of the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Mark Timmons. It's still 2-0. We head to the 4th. Lamar Sparks is the leadoff man here in the top of the 4th inning. His first time up. Sparks grounded into a fielder's choice. I think we're having some difficulty right now for Justin Mazzone. I believe it's his, I don't know what exactly the deal is. He's looking at his ear, actually, over by the, or no, it's his eye, actually. Maybe knocked a contact out or got some dirt or something in his eye. Our athletic trainer's out to deal with him, as it's probably just outside your view. Oh, yeah, you can see right on the bottom there, right next to our scoreboard, you can see the trainer just shoulders up talking with Mazzone there, having that quick conversation. Of course, nobody, whether it's batter or pitcher, kind of likes this extended time, but second baseman Cash playing a little catch with Stout to try and keep that shoulder warm, as Mazzone will step back behind the dish. Top of the 4th here. It's 2-0 after RBI singles from Mazzone, as well as his former college teammate Sam Linscott. And make up the difference here. Lamar Sparks, 0 for 1 today, stepping in. Whew. Lamar Sparks just blew about everybody on the right infield side away with that swing and a miss. A huge gust of wind coming off it, but unable to make any contact with the ball. Counts 0-1, no outs. That one will miss. Count is now 1-1. Stout gets the sign again as he steps off, kicks up some dirt. And now we'll fire the 1-1. Home plate ump. Said he missed there. Count now is 2-1. Our umpire today behind home is Robert J. Mack. Over at first is Rick Freitas. And over at third is the home plate umpire last night, Patrick Rivera. 2-1 is popped high up over to third. Brant Broussard tracking it right near the dugout for the Glacier Range Riders, but not far enough away from him where he can't get to it. Brant Broussard catches another pop fly for out number 1. Cameron Thompson now batting in the 3 spot tonight. 0 for 1 today is Thompson. Grounded into that double play that ended the first inning in his first time up for Thompson. On the year, .272 batting average. He's gotten 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. First pitch swinging and a first pitch base hit there as that one gets down in center field. Pretty much the exact same spot that Willman had his base hit last inning. And so the number 3 man is aboard for the cleanup man, Jason Newman. And this is exactly the type of situation you want to put him into. 1 out here, a runner on first, and Newman will surely be swinging to try and tie this game up. First pitch coming in to Newman. Runner's going to be swung on. It's going to work out really well because the hit and run is perfect to advance the runner. Works out as essentially a sacrifice. Won't go down in the official score as that, though, because the intention was to get a hit. You have to completely volunteer yourself by dropping down a bunt. And so it just goes down as a ground out to advance Thompson to second. And so just like Willman, get into second with 2 outs, see if Gatewood can put something on it to bring him home. Not there. That one will miss low. Count is 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs, runner on second. Andrew Stout about to throw his 45th pitch of the day. Misses off there. Now it's 2-0 to Gatewood. On deck is Greenwald. In the hole is Willman. Paddleheads wearing those tie-dye jerseys I already mentioned, one of their alternate uniforms. Pretty fresh, pretty psychedelic. Keep Missoula weird, as they say, and the jerseys are pretty unorthodox. That one is tapped down the first base line. It will stay fair. Stout picks it up and throws over. Smart play by the pitcher to get out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-0 as the Paddleheads stranded runner on second. Justin Mazzone is the man that leads off the bottom of the 4th. Mazzone 1 for 1 with an RBI single. California native, went to 4 years at Seattle University before transferring and finishing up his college career as an NAIA runner-up with the Lewis Clark State Warriors. Swing and a miss. Makes the count 0-1 here to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody on right now for the Glacier Range Riders. That pitch will miss from Timmons. Count is now 1-1 for the Paddleheads. I already mentioned some of Timmons' stats, but something to note in terms of how long he usually goes. In those 2 games started, he's gone a total of 8 innings, so on average, 4 innings per start, per game, per appearance is the average for Timmons. Trying to get 3 more outs to get to that mark is the Missoula right-hander. He's at 47 pitches right now after the first inning. He's purred along pretty good. Foul ball will get out of play. Count is now 2-2. Called strike 3 there. I thought it was going to be called a ball because there was just a half-second delay by the home plate umpire, and it was right on the edge of the zone. But our home plate umpire said it touched the zone by just a little bit, and Mazzone is retired on strikes. McNicholas now stepping in. 0 for 1 is Austin McNicholas, grounded out for 3 to end the first inning, and he will see a strike in the upper part of the zone there to make the count 0-1. Swung on that one, carrying out to left field. There will be some chase, but not enough for the left fielder Riley. A first career professional home run by Austin McNicholas. A lot of the fans here at the stadium, the packed house at Flathead Field, giving him a standing ovation as he makes the round tripper. Solo shot by McNicholas makes it 3-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. Now Ryan Cash stepping in, trying to follow up, give a little bit of a encore presentation for Cash. He will not, as that one is hit to the second baseman. 4-3 ground out real quick for out number 2. Cash is one of the leaders on this team in terms of batting average because of the absolute terror he's been on in the last couple weeks. For Cash, a .424 batting average and 66 at-bats coming in. He's 1 for 2 today, so that's going to go up at least a little bit as we stand. Extra base-wise, that's still his question mark. 2 doubles and 3 home runs in those total of 28 hits, and he's the first one to tell you I'm sure of that. He wants to get more extra base hits to help this team, but I mean, he's come up with a lot of clutch singles in the past week and a half. This one swung on by Brant Broussard. It's going to float out to center field and into the glove of the right fielder, Lamar Sparks, for out number 3. But the solo home run by Austin McNicholas, the first of his professional career, is the highlight of the inning. It's 3-0. We head to the 5th. Back here, top of the 5th, 3-0. The Range Riders lead the Missoula Paddleheads. Still Andrew Stout on the bump, throwing 47th pitch of his outing, and he gets enough of a swing from Keaton Greenwald for strike number 1. Nobody out, nobody on here on the top of the 5th as we have the leadoff batter aboard, and the leadoff batter in this inning, I should say, Keaton Greenwald swings and misses, now 0-1. Struck out looking his first time up. And this is exactly how he started, actually, with 2 swings and misses. Then he received a ball, and then he got strike 3 looking. Will history repeat itself? It will so far. That ball misses low. Partial swing from Greenwald as that one skipped in the dirt and I think hit the thigh of Mazzone. Not the best feeling there. But now if history is to continue to repeat itself, we'll see if Stout can catch Greenwald looking here on 1-2. Ooh, that close to a carbon copy of the first at-bat and battle between these two. Just couldn't get the call. A little bit outside the zone there. Counts now 2-2 with no outs. As Greenwald prepares to receive the fifth pitch of his at-bat. That one definitely missed off the zone. Now it's full for Greenwald, trying to start this inning with a leadoff walk. A ball would mean just that. A strike would mean a leadoff out. And anything else, we'll get there when we get there. 3-2, no outs, bases empty coming from Stout to Greenwald. Swung on, popped up high as Cash has a track on it. Continues to slowly backpedal and eventually makes the grab for out number one. Now Cameron Willman stepping in. His first professional at-bat was a single into center field. Batting 1,000 in his professional career is Willman. And fires that one out to left field. Backing up is Miller. He runs out of room. And 2 for 2 with his first professional home run now is Cameron Willman. That one went further than McNicholas's. It went all the way to the trees in left field. And Willman, who maybe was just on here to fill out the roster after the injury to McLean Harris. Excuse me, to McLean O'Connor. I was thinking about somebody on a different team. All of a sudden, Cameron Williams now has a pretty good look at a roster spot. Just 2 at-bats into his professional career. First pitch there misses low. The shutout is gone for Andrew Stout. As ball one makes it 1-0 to Brenton Davis. Who struck out looking his first time up. Thought about going there. Didn't. Mixed didn't and doesn't there. And I got to didn't. And we go to 2-0. One out here, top of the fifth, nobody on. Breaking ball slots right into the zone. Count now 2-1. Check swing there, pushes the ball foul, and the count's now even at 2-2 for Brenton Davis. Catcher, that Lycus starting pitcher, originally from Nebraska. Now the 2-2. Swung on, just gets a piece of it, grounds it right into home plate, and we'll do 2-2 again after the foul ball. Another foul ball. We'll do 2-2 one more time. Stout has thrown 59 pitches. This will be 60 for him. A 2-2 with one out and the base is empty to Brenton Davis, the number 8 batter for the Missoula Paddleheads. Thought he could get that high strike call. It is not given to him. Their count is now full, 3-2, with 2 outs, or with 1 out. Stout gets the sign, agrees with his catcher. Sets on the bump, fires. Breaking ball misses off the plate, and it will be a full count walk to Branton Davis. He's aboard first with 1 out. Kevin Watley steps up, and a matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing because the crowd got to him a little bit the last time, or at least they tried to, and the out was a successful one for them. And they do make sure to count his toe taps again. First pitch coming, swing and a miss from Watley. He's behind 0-1. And now they remember who this guy. And he did 8 toe taps there. And now he's going to step out. And I don't know, 8's a little excessive. Stout quickly gets into his set as that one's hit over to third. A chance for a double play. 5, 4, 3 in time. A perfectly turned double play. Broussard to Cash to Wofford. The double play means the end of the top of the 5th. A solo home run and first career home run by the new kid. On the block, Willman is the highlight of the inning, breaks the shutout, still 3-1 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. Ben McConnell, the leadoff man, is the man that leads us off here in the bottom of the 5th. Scored the first run of the game on a RBI single from Sam Linscott right after he singled and then stole second base. It will be Timmons coming out for his 5th inning of work, trying to go over his average right now. In his season, this is his 3rd start, and he has thrown 12 innings in those 3 starts. Two 2-0 is the count. Make it 3-0. That one misses away. Timmons sets some fires, and that one does catch the plate. Red light on for McConnell. 3-1 now. Swings on that one, hit over to second. Ranging to his right is Willman. Fields and throws out number 1. Number 2 batter with an RBI on his single earlier today. Sam Linscott steps up. Linscott got the first RBI in history at Flathead Field for a Range Rider. Of course, the first RBI period belongs to Jackson Raper at the Billings Mustangs, who hit a home run over the right field wall in the top of the first inning of game number 1 at this field. That was just 6 days ago, the start of this 6-game and 6-day stretch. For the Range Riders, healthy cut from Linscott makes it 1-1 now with 1 out, bases empty. On deck, Dean Miller batting in the 3 spot. We'll definitely see him this inning. And the 1-1 coming in. Swings on that one, carrying out to right field. Backing up is Sparks. He seems to track to it, and he's able to snag it for out number 2. Now Dean Miller stepping up. 1 for 2 today is Dean Miller. He singled to follow up the Linscott RBI single. Later scored on the RBI single from Justin Mazzone. First pitch popped up into the air over near first. Gatewood coming all the way over from first base to make the catch closer to the pitcher's mound. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Timmons. He's been looking good as of late, other than that home run by McNicholas. Still 3-1, the Range Riders lead the Paddleheads. Back here for the 6th inning of play, it's Riley, Sparks, and Thompson who we'll see. And the first pitch into Brandon Riley is a cold strike. Count goes to 0-1. Andrew Stout still out there getting into his 6th inning of work. Nothing going really in the Paddleheads bullpen other than A player stretching over there, as that's going to be a base hit, and now cranking around trying to look for second, but putting on the brakes is Riley. Just going to be a single down that left field line. Broussard playing over at third, not hugging the line tightly there. That's the reason why that slow roller was still able to get by down the line. Riley, again, thinking hard about third, or about second, trying to get a double out of it, but holds off. Now Lamar Sparks steps in, this dangerous middle of the lineup for the Missoula Paddleheads. Sparks, though, 0 for 2 today. We're seeing two different players get into action in the bullpen, and the first pitch is a fly out to Dean Miller in left field for out number 1. So Sparks is down, and now Cameron Thompson steps in. Thompson grounded into a double play and singled to center field. .66 pitches is the pitch count for Andrew Stout as of this point. Again, I have no idea who the two players in the bullpen warming up right now are because of the camo jersey numbers that are not announcer friendly. First pitch swinging, a foul tip into the glove of Mazzone. Makes the count 0-1, 1 out, runner on first. Top of the sixth here, 3-1 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders over the Missoula Paddleheads. As now an 0-1 will come in. Swung on, that one's going to go foul. Would have been a perfect souvenir of ball for a fan sitting in the rocks area down the right field foul line that will be open for general admission pretty soon here. But for now, just most of the luxury suites as well as the reserved chairback seatings here in the infield bowl available. 0-2, 1 out. Swung on and missed, and a 3-pitch strikeout puts 2 gone here in the top of the sixth, but still one more mountain to climb for Andrew Stout, and that mountain comes in the form of Jason Newman, who's 0 for 2 today, but can tie this game with one swing of the bat. 2 ground outs to short for Newman thus far. Newman wearing the number 55 jersey. Check swing there. I think that was a cold strike. The home plate umpire didn't say that it was a swinging strike, didn't make the signal for that. So cold strike in the upstairs part of the zone, which of course is a little bit bigger for the 6'4" Newman. Swings on that one, foul ball out of play. Counts now 0-2 for Jason Newman. Newman also somebody that you'll see come on to pitch as well, has the nickname The Undertaker down in Zootown. And they play the Undertaker theme song as well when he comes out to pitch, which sends the Missoula fans into a frenzy. 0-2, 2 outs as Newman sets. He has not allowed an earned run as a pitcher this year. However, limited time. That one is up and away. Count is 1-2. As a pitcher, Newman, just 3 appearances, 3 innings, 2 saves. As he does play that closer role, but that's about it. Missing low there. Counts 2-2 now with 2 outs and a runner on first. He locks it down. He'll blow up the strike zone, and he's got good stuff. 5 strikeouts, no walks for Newman. You don't want to see him step out there because it's fairly rare, but when he does, so far at least, you can kind of kiss your chances goodbye if he comes out in that save opportunity. This opportunity, however, he comes up empty, swings and misses. He's 0 for 3 today with 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Andrew Stout is through 6 with just 1 on the board. 3-1, the Range Riders lead the Paddleheads. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. It's Brody Wofford stepping in. Over 2 today is Wofford. Ground out and a pop out. The Rome, Georgia native standing in to the left-handed batter's box. Mark Timmons out there for another inning of work. He's going to try and match Stout. Timmons, of course, has a 1 less inning pitch than him after Stout got through the top of the 6th without a run against him in that inning. But he has thrown 10 less pitches, make it 9 less pitches after that strike. Counts 1-1 with no outs. For the 2 pitchers, Timmons 69% strike percentage, Stout just a little bit below that at 66%. But both of them filling up the strike zone and we're purring along pretty well here in this Father's Day Mission Mountain matchup. Rivalry born here this weekend up in the Flathead Valley, as Brody Wofford with a hit into shallow center field. Line drive right over the head of the shortstop, Watley. And no chance for him to get it on that one. So it'll be that leadoff base hit as Livingston Morris steps up. He's looking for his first hit after an 0 for day yesterday and 0 for so far today. He's looking for his first hit since his last official at bat was that 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th against the Billings Mustangs that helped the first ever win here at Flathead Field. First pitch is a strike to Morris. Thus, he's 0 for 2 today. Fielder's choice, fly out to right. Swings on that one, a hard swing from Morris. But it's a foul ball. Count goes to 0-2. No outs. Runner on first is Wofford. Timmons wants a new ball there. His 70th pitch upcoming. Has still no action going in the Missoula Paddleheads bullpen. They tend to be pretty conservative in terms of using pitchers. We've seen that a couple times this series between the 2 teams, and sometimes it's worked, sometimes it's backfired. 0-2 will miss up and away. Not trying to give anything for Livingston Morris to hit is Timmons because he knows what he can do with it. Did not play in the opener of this series, had the night off on Friday night in the 9-4 win by the Range Riders. Played yesterday and helped score a crucial insurance run on a single that there was a collision over at first base with him and Newman. Foul ball there. It went down as an E5 that was officially scored as it took Newman off the bag, where he then collided with Livingston Morris and lost the ball. And Brant Broussard scored all the way from second on that play, so no RBI was given to Morris. 1-2 coming in now to Livingston. Swung on and missed from Morris. Justin Mazzone now stepping in, 1 for 2. He's got an RBI single. I'm sure he would love to see that first career professional home run that McNicholas just did 2 innings ago. I'm sure he would love to match that as well and get maybe his first professional home run. Still looking for it, but that right field wall is not the easiest to get it over. First pitch misses low and away for a ball. Trying to catch Wofford as he took a step away from the bag. Almost got him, but he wasn't far enough away from the bag. Wofford, not a threat to steal. Very comfortable staying over there at first. Just 2 stolen bases for him on the year. This will be a chance for 2, however. 1, 2, and it is the third player of that transaction makes the second out of the double play. 5-4-3 gets us out of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. It's 3-1 in favor of the Range Riders. The day's done for Andrew Stout, who puts in 6 good innings of work other than that solo home run. Against him, he was absolutely brilliant. Andrew Stout, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run against him on that home run, 5 strikeouts, and just 1 walk for him. A really quality start. He is in line for his first win of the season if he is able to have his relievers do the job and keep Missoula to 1 or less in the final 3 innings. And it has been successful relievers that have been the storyline of this series for the Glacier Range Riders. The first pitch in from the new pitcher, Dawson Day, misses low. Dawson Day, a left-hander out of Gresham, Oregon. He attended Lewis and Clark State, so he'll be throwing to a catcher that he's used to throwing to in Justin Mazzone. 1-0 now is the count. That one will miss low, now 2-0 from the southpaw Day. Just one appearance two appearances thus far for him. They were each one inning. Did have 2 walks, but has not allowed a hit and has struck out 2. And one more ball now after that one misses would mean that he gets the 3rd walk of his professional career, gives it up. That would be. But we'll get there when we get there. 3-0. Got that one over the plate. Called strike. Count is 3-1 now to Nick Gatewood, the first baseman today, batting in the 5 spot. Popped out to third base and grounded out to first, or grounded out to the pitcher, actually. This one a high fly ball. It's on the top of the upper level concourse here, and it makes the count full at 3-2. Fires, called, strike 3. A backwards K as Dawson Day works all the way from 3-0 to eventually get the strikeout. Keaton Greenwald, the center fielder, now stepping in. Struck out looking, popped out to Ryan Cash in shallow right field. Big swing and a miss from Greenwald there, trying to make heavy contact with that one. Can't make any of it. Now he's behind 0-1 with 1 out. That one over the heart of the plate. Counts now 0-2. If you go right behind the catcher Mazzone and you take a straight shot up the middle there, you will see 3 Lewis Clark State Warriors. As, of course, Mazzone and Day, catcher-pitcher, called strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout there from Dawson Day, the 2nd backwards K in a row. 2 retired here in the top of the 7th. Like I was saying, pitcher, catcher, obviously just arrived here from Lewis Clark State. And then you have in center field all the way out there, if you take that straight line and go until you hit somebody, it'll be Sam Linscott. Another Warrior. Just another example, as that one is fouled back, another example of the amount of NAIA talent brought on by Nick Hogan and his staff. Really leaning on that here. Moves up a little bit in the box, does Cameron Willman. That one will miss. Count goes to 1-1. His first time seeing Day, but he's going to about going to be the only batter in a tie-dye jersey to be sad to see the end of Andrew Stout. A single and a home run for Cameron Willman in his professional debut. He took care of Stout pretty good, but Stout took care of his 8 teammates even better. That's the reason why. It's 3-1 here in the top of the 7th, and 2 outs and a 1-2 pitch upcoming to Cameron Willman, trying to go 3 for 3 in his debut game. This one will be a high fly ball into shallow left field. Dean Miller has to run onto it, and it will be called off by Sam Linscott late. He lost his hat, but he made the catch for out number 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly out mean a 1-2-3 inning for Dawson Day. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th. The day is done for the starting pitcher, Timmons, for the Missoula Paddleheads. His final line, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 3 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. So keeping that walk number low, obviously huge for him and the Paddleheads after that stung him last night, and continues to be incredibly strong with his control. And after he came in with an ERA of 9.0, it'll go down a little bit. Just 4.5 for the day. This one will be hit back to the new pitcher, and Cody Thompson, and he fields and flips 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher, Cody Thompson. Thompson is the pitcher that was tossed from the game last night after a wacky bottom of the 6th inning culminated for him disagreeing with the home plate umpire's decision to say that Dean Miller was hit by a pitch rather than it hit the bat first and was considered a foul, or if he swung. There was just some disagreement about what happened there, and Jason Newman tried to come over, calm him down, but it did not work, and the home plate umpire last night, Rivera, tossed him. Ryan Cash up now. Cash 1 for 2 today, and a 1-0 count with 1 out coming. That one's in the zone, called strike. Pretty much everybody I've talked to did kind of have an uneasy sense of what the zone was last night. Not necessarily that this certain pitch was bad or that it was working. They just really couldn't get a read on it. And that's one of the most frustrating things for pitchers and batters in general, is they just kind of want to be able to figure it out. Either if you're a pitcher in your first inning of work maybe, or your first at-bat you're facing. And they were just kind of frustrated that they never could do that. 2-1, 1 out coming into Cash here. Swings on it, up the middle. Slow enough for the shortstop to get to it, and Watley fields and throws over to first for out number 2. And we head to the bottom of the lineup with Brant Broussard now coming in. 0 for 2 today is Broussard. Ground out and a fly out for the number 9 batter. It's 8-9-1 in the next half inning to lead off the top of the 8th for the Paddleheads. We'll see if Dawson Day comes out or if we get a new pitcher. We do have a right-hander warming up in the pen for Glacier. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th here. Broussard sees the first pitch up near his chin. A little bit of a limbo makes it 1-0. Home plate umpire says he went there. Immediately, Broussard seemed to regret it. Counts 1-1 with 2 outs. Thompson trying to go 1-2-3, a much less eventful inning it would be for him. If he's able to go 1-2-3, then his unceremonious exit last night. An Ole Miss away now, 2-2 with 2 outs to Brant Broussard. Broussard on the season, batting .289 for the Range Riders. Broussard with 1 double, 1 triple, 7 RBIs. 2-2. Swung on, hit over to third, fielded low to the ground, and thrown over to first. A good stretch there made by Gatewood for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Cody Thompson. Just 10 pitches thrown by the right-hander. We'll be right back as we see 8-9-1 for the Paddleheads. First pitch is swung on by the catcher, Brenton Davis. It's a foul ball for the new pitcher to go up 0-1. The new pitcher is Justin Coleman in his rookie season, originally from Maryville, Tennessee. And that pitch will miss. Count is now 1-1. I did have a discussion with him about the proper pronunciation of his hometown. He said, you know, you can say Maryville. Some people call it all the way with the full drawl of Murrayville, but he pronounced it Maryville, kind of a way, a little bit in the middle there, and so split the difference for Maryville, and he's behind 3-1 now. After getting that foul ball to start off, he's thrown 3 straight balls to the catcher, Brenton Davis, who has walked today, 0-for-1 with that walk. 3-1 coming in now. That one swung on. It's going to be a foul ball, just barely, as it hit the partially built base of what will eventually be the home clubhouse. 3-2 now. We're in the top of the 8th here. The Range Riders lead the Paddleheads 3-1, not 8-1. That'd be a lot more comfortable situation for the home crowd here. Another foul ball swung on and into the netting, stays in the field of play. So the foul ball will create a 3-2 mulligan for Brenton Davis. Payoff pitch coming. Coleman sets, fires. Swung on to short. McNicholas, nice field. The throw had to be dug up a little bit by Wofford, but had enough juice on it to get there in time to get out Brenton Davis. A 6-3 ground out is out number 1. Kevin Watley up now, and his third chance to play with the fans a little bit. 4 toe taps as he prepares for the first pitch. This one will miss from Justin Coleman. 0-for-2 is Watley, grounded into a double play his last time up. Struck out swinging in his first time up. Crowd really didn't like that one. You can feel it ignite when Watley comes up. They really feel like they're involved with it. 2-0 is the count with 1 out, bases empty. Coleman versus Watley for the first time today. Hurled into a foul ball. Counts now 2-1 with 1 out. For Justin Coleman, he has had 2 really successful outings thus far. 2 appearances, 3 innings pitched total, 5 strikeouts, no walks. He has not allowed a base runner. Seen 9, got 9 out, and a called strike, and the crowd lights up with it. I mean, it is nice to have that batter. You see that in certain sports where one player gets kind of singled out by a crowd. And at this level, when it's all about fun and it's about the fans, great to see. 2-2, check, swing, and he makes some contact with it. Foul ball will mean that we do 2-2 again. 3-1 here in the top of the 8th. The Paddleheads have 5 outs to get at least 2 runs. Another close contest between these two sides. But right now, Nick Hogan, just like last night. Breaking ball called, strike 3, as Watley doesn't like it. A long stare with the home plate umpire. And now he comes back and has a few more words. But a strikeout looking to get rid of the number 9 batter, Watley. He's continuing his funk that he's been in the last week, as the number 1 batter, Brandon Riley will come up wearing the number 6 jersey, playing left field, 1 for 3 tonight. And, I mean, you probably heard it right before that last pitch to Watley, as that one's a foul ball. He did not do the toe taps, and he got a he got a fun reaction from the Glacier Range Riders crowd because of that. Swung on a high fly ball, carrying out to center field, and it's off the netting in front of the scoreboard. A solo home run by Brandon Riley has cut the deficit in half for the Paddleheads. It's 3-2 now in the top of the 8th. The first base runner period allowed by Justin Coleman in his professional career is a solo shot by Brandon Riley. Lamar Sparks up now, and there hasn't been a lot of base running period for the Paddleheads. They've scored on 2 solo home runs, and that's the difference in this contest right now, as a big swing and a miss from Sparks makes it 0-1. There's definitely one Paddleheads fan out there. I just heard "Let's Go Sparks," and on that home run I heard one lone, sounding like a female voice, who is going crazy for the Paddleheads. So somebody was watching the broadcast maybe last night and decided to take me up on the offer to drive the beautiful, about 2-hour drive from Missoula, in front of the Mission Mountain Range, around the shores of Flathead Lake into the Flathead Valley. Now 0-2 to Lamar Sparks. Breaking ball, it's chop and through the center of the field for a base hit. That one just kind of weakly hit, and it just floated where nobody was. And on 0-2, Sparks keeps the inning alive, a base hit. Sparks now 1 for 4, and Cameron Thompson comes up. We're going to have a conversation on the mound, a quick chance to catch our breath. A solo home run by the leadoff man, Riley, is the score of this inning. It's just going to be catcher, pitcher, and coach, pitching coach Mike Spears, having the conversation. Before we get ready to see what they decide to do with Cameron Thompson. Obviously, Mazzone and Coleman only know each other for just these few days that they've been able to interact in theory, but right now they really have to trust each other, as Coleman, the graduate from Bluefield and playing for the Bluefield Ridge Runners in the Appy League, tries to get through his 4th professional inning of work. First pitch is under the feet of Cameron Thompson. He jump ropes it, and Sparks moves into scoring position representing the tying run. And we got the wave going on around the bowl here. Sparks at second base, advancing on a wild pitch. Base hit gives him a decent chance to score. 1-0 with 2 outs. Swung on. This one's popped up in shallow right field. It will eventually be the right fielder, McConnell, coming in to make the snag. The solo home run by Riley highlights the inning, but it's still a lead for the Glacier Range Riders. Just 1 run as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Right now, the Paddleheads are in need of a blank on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 8th right now, trying to prevent any insurance run from coming across. So they're going to lean on one of their best pitchers, just as the Glacier Range Riders did when they brought in Justin Coleman, bringing a guy who has not allowed a run in his young time this season. For Lancelotti, the new pitcher, a right-hander, just got here from the University of North Carolina. The Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native has 2 appearances, 2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks, no hits allowed against Joey Lancelotti. Still untouched as a professional in the hit column. Ben McConnell, the leadoff man, though, gets the first crack at him. Range Riders would love to give themselves a little bit more room. We're seeing action from the tall right-hander. It looks like it will be Austin Steinfort to be the closer if we get there. But if we get beyond 3 runs, there might be a different option available from Nick Hogan. But right now, the way the offense has struggled to come for both sides, you can expect a good chance that it could be 3-2. That one will miss low now. Count is 1-1 for Lancelotti versus McConnell. McConnell's 1 for 3 tonight. Or today, I guess it just turned into night technically, or evening, depending on what you want to call it. 1-1. Misses low now, 2-1. This is not the guy you want to lead off with a walk. Lancelotti, that has been the one place where there's been question marks in just the 2 innings that we've seen from him. 2-1 now is the count, and the pitch coming. Not a full swing there from McConnell, but it was closer to being full than it was to being empty. Goes down as a swing and a miss, and counts 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, and so a strikeout to start off Lancelotti's outing here of the swinging variety, and McConnell will pass the bat on to Sam Linscott. 1 for 3 tonight is Linscott. He got a crucial RBI single in the first inning that scored McConnell, which really since those first 2 innings, since the first inning, period, the offense has dried up other than the solo shot by Austin McNicholas. Swing and a miss there from Linscott. He's behind 0-1. That one will miss away, juggled by the catcher. But he catches up with it, keeps it in his throwing hand, gets it back to his pitcher now. Swung on. This one's a pop-up in the infield. The shortstop coming in. Watley makes the grab for out number 2. Now Dean Miller stepping in here. He could pretty easily put one over the fence with one swing of the bat. That would again be a welcome sight to see for these fans that are holding their breath, realizing this is just a one-run ball game. Anything can happen in the top of the 9th. Miller sees that one go over the heart of the plate. Count is 0-1 after the called strike. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Base is empty. Lancelotti trying to go 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that was a foul ball or a swing and a miss. Got away from the catcher. Whatever it was, it makes it 0-2. Coming in to Dean Miller. On the inside, almost hit the batter, Miller. Count will go to 1-2 now. Right now, the line score looks like 2-6-0-3-7-1. So, Range Riders still out hitting the Paddleheads, but just by 1 hit here. And that's the same margin in which they lead on the run side of things and the error side of things, as the first play of the game was an error by the first baseman, Wofford. And a swing and a miss from Miller means that the Range Riders are retired, and it comes down to the big 6'9" Steinfort, who will be walking on to try and get his second save in 2 games. Don't go anywhere. We got an exciting finish for you coming up on the Range Riders YouTube. The new pitcher, is Austin Steinfort. He comes on for his second save opportunity in 2 days. Yesterday, he had a 3-run lead. However, today, just a 1-run lead. Here in the top of the ninth, the Paddleheads trail the Glacier Range Riders by a score of 3-2. First pitch is fouled off. Count goes 0-1. So Steinfort, with the successful completion of the save yesterday, does have that save on his stat sheet. 0-1 coming in now to Newman. Breaking ball catches the zone, called strike. And Steinfort now ahead 0-2 against Newman, who's DHing today. For Steinfort, that was his first save of the year. The 0-2 swung on. This one is hammered out to left field. Miller backing up and running out of room. The high fastball is taken yard by Jason Newman, and we are tied at 3 apiece. 3 solo home runs to left field, and that is how the Paddleheads have scored all 3 of their runs. Jason Newman stomps on home. He can do that. He can hit home runs. Jason Newman, he hit one in game 1 here. That was of the 2-run variety. This one just a solo shot. As he took that high fastball from Steinfort for a ride. That one misses the zone. Count is 1-0 for Gatewood. Now we're in a situation where if nobody scores a run for the rest of the game, we go to a knockout round, which is exciting stuff, I'll tell you what. That one misses outside, however. Now Steinfort shying away from the zone a little bit. Count goes to 3-0 after that one misses. Go-ahead run right now, represented by Gatewood at the plate. A ball would mean that go-ahead run gets 90 feet closer. to scoring and giving the Paddleheads a late lead. This one will be fouled off. The green light given to Gatewood on 3-0. And why not? The way they've scored their runs. Seems like all they could do is put it over the fence. And now a 3-1 coming in. That one smacked out into left field. Miller gets a bad read on it and it goes off the wall. It'll be 2 in the stand-up variety for Nick Gatewood. Go-ahead run gets to second base now. That was a tough line drive to read for Miller, and it smacked right off the Mudman Burgers sign in left field, and we're going to get a quick sign to go warm up in the pen for Chris Allen, who's now warming up there. It's a jam situation, and usually you see the pitching coach, Mike Spears, come out, but this is the head coach, Nick Hogan, who's going to have a conversation with Steinfort. Trying to talk through this situation here. Maybe as well trying to buy some time for Chris Allen, who moved out to that bullpen in a hurry. And Nick Hogan now coming off here, not going to pull Steinfort out. As the double by Gatewood has him in scoring position with no outs. Exactly the opposite way the Range Rider faithful here expected this to go in the 9th inning. Now up steps Keaton Greenwalt. On deck is Willman, who has had a miraculous first ever game. Wouldn't that be a story if he's able to do something? But first, Greenwalt will step in there and swing and a miss at the first pitch. Count goes to 0-1. Runner on second, no outs here. Tie ball game, 3-3 in the top of the 9th after the Newman home run. 0-1 coming in. Steinfort glances back at second, pitches that one in the dirt. Mazzone covers it up. And no chance for Gatewood to advance. For Gatewood on the season, 1 stolen base and 1 attempt. The 1-1 coming in now. That one swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2. Keaton Greenwalt 0 for 3 today. But all of those 3 unsuccessful at-bats would not matter with a base hit here. The 1-2 coming in to Greenwalt. Swung on, late swing there. It's a foul ball. Greenwalt stays alive. On deck, already mentioned, is Willman. Davis, the catcher, sits in the hole. We got a pitcher warming up in the pen. And it might be Jason Newman, actually. Could come on either in a key situation to try and keep the game tied. I mean, he comes on in that late game closer-esque, give me one good inning type situation. I'm pretty sure that's Jason Newman over there, who might need to grab a bat. There's still a long way to get back to him. But how's that for tying the game? Then going over the mound to pitch. True Indy League type stuff. That one is hit into shallow right field. Green light is on. The throw will be home in time, as this might be the end of the day for Steinfort. We'll see how close Nick Hogan comes to getting out there. As a base hit puts runner on the corner. The go-ahead run just 90 feet away, no outs here. So the infield's going to have to come in to play for anything in the infield to go home and try and see if Mazzone can tag out the runner Gatewood at the plate. They will still leave Steinfort out there. Runners on the corners. Batters going. The throw to second will be cut off by Cash. Really did not try and apply the tag, just wanted to make sure that there was no run home from Gatewood. The pitch missed. The count goes to 1-0. Swung on and missed there. Greenwald on second. Gatewood on third. Willman at the plate. His first game as a professional. He'll see a 1-1. In the dirt, good block by Mazzone. Count goes to 2-1 now. A long pause from Steinfort. 2-1. Misses. Now 3-1. In danger of loading the bases with no outs, and that's fine because it gives a force at home, but the problem there is the game really gets put in a position where it can be broken wide open. Does look like we do have a pinch hitter warming up in the on-deck circle for the Paddleheads. Infield still in. 3-1. Swung on, a high fly ball to right field. McConnell will get to it. He'll try and get a run on it, and he will get a run on it. The throw will be cut off by Wofford. A sacrifice fly. And it was a pretty quick jump over there. We're going to do the throw over to third just to check and make sure that the runner Gatewood didn't leave early, and, you know, the kind of pointless doing of that, as the umpire can't really say anything. You can just watch. Goes down as a safe sign. Greenwald moves up to third. Still just one out. It's 4-3 now. The Paddleheads lead, as Nick Hogan will come out, and this will be the end of the day for Austin Steinfort, who surely is frustrated with how this has gone for the first batter. He got ahead 0-2 versus Jason Newman, and then the home run flipped over the left field fence, and the game turned in a hurry, but still a good ovation by the home crowd as Steinfort comes off. Chris Allen's going to throw his warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back as it's 4-3, a runner on third, one out in the top of the ninth. The Paddleheads lead by 1. Jared Akins is the man coming to the plate. Thought about going at that first one, but it just hits home, and he He's able to stop himself from swinging at it. Ball makes the count 1-0. 1 out. Runner on third in Greenwald. Still an opportunity to sacrifice him home somehow. The infield still standing in to try and prevent that from happening. Swung on and missed. Makes the count 1-1. The new pitcher is Chris Allen, an 8.40 ERA, one win, 1 loss in 7 appearances, all at the pen, 15 innings pitched. He's got 12 strikeouts to 7 walks. That one a miss. Count goes to 2-1. 1 out. Here in the top of the 9th. Entering with a 1-run lead and currently trailing by 1 run, trying to just keep it at that. That one is a broken bat blooper. Cash has a go over his head, an infield single there, and you see the backfire of having the infield in. The lead is now 2 for the Paddleheads. Just beyond the outstretched glove of Cash, who was, again, pinched in right in the baseline between first and second. Had to run a long way to that one and gave a little bit of a hop, but that's all he could do to try and muster up the chance to snag that one. Akins goes down as a pinch hit infield single, and Watley now will step up. Runners going, Mazzone throws, and it will be a safe swipe of second as Akins now down, taking an extra second. But a successful swipe there. It was a strike. So now runner on second with a 0-1 count and 1 out. Here in the top of the 9th, 5-3, the Paddleheads lead the Range Riders. Coach Michael Slack is going to come out and check on his base runner there. It was a 2-run bottom of the first for the Glacier Range Riders. They added another on the solo home run by Austin McNicholas, his first of his professional career, but since then it's been all Paddleheads. 5 unanswered runs, including the first 3 off solo home runs. The third of those coming from Jason Newman here in the in the top of the 9th. And now they will have to muster something in the bottom of the 9th, where they did not have to even play the last 2 nights against the Paddleheads because they got it done and clinched wins in the top half of the final frame. We've seen them come in this homestand, come from behind already. But right now, just trying to keep it at a 2-run ball game, as Akins will stay at second. Chris Allen still on the mound. Trying to get to Watley, who's batting from the right-handed batter's box for the first time today. Seeing the lefty Chris Allen. This one is dribbled down the third base line, but foul. Count goes to 0-2 versus Watley. (0-2) coming in to Kevin Watley, who's over 3 today. Allen steps off. Breaking ball is a called strike 3. And Watley takes his time walking back to the dugout. The second time in a row. Michael Schlacht came about 5 steps out of his dugout there to try and get Watley before Watley got himself thrown out. The problem is, if Watley got thrown out, he's a stellar defensive shortstop, even though he's been skidding at the plate a little bit. And there he just had a couple words with his coach, it seemed. I don't know if that was words complaining about the coach or complaining about the umpire. First pitch to the leadoff man, Brandon Riley, who hit a home run his last time up. Helped spark this comeback a little bit more when he closed it from 3-1 to 3-2. And the Newman bomb evened the game before the Akins pinch hit infield single. Now expanded this lead even further. This one's a high fly ball up over and down the left field line. Dean Miller and Brant Broussard both tracking it. Neither of them can get to it. Gets out of play. And on the other side of the concrete wall out there. Aiken still stands on second. As the Paddleheads have turned it on in the past 2 innings with the home run in the top of the 8th by Brandon Riley that sparked it all. Chris Allen, the 10th pitch. Since coming on midway through this inning, breaking ball that will miss low. Fans not going anywhere on this Sunday evening of Father's Day. Many probably have a dinner plan after this. But for now, dinner can wait. 2-1 with 2 outs. Chris Allen, the glance back at second, the firing. Misses inside, now 3-1. And like I said, the closing pitcher, Jason Newman, he is a batter as well. So if we get one more batter without an out, he's technically in the hole. Right now he's standing on the mound. And we will get one more batter as it's a 5-pitch walk to Riley. Now what does Newman do? He's still throwing warm-up pitches down the right field line. Lamar Sparks up, 1 for 4 today. Single into shallow center field. Akins on second, Riley on first. They'll be going on contact. That one hits the zone, called strike. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here. Top of the 9th inning. It's 5-3 in favor of the visiting Missoula Paddleheads, trying not to get swept by the Glacier Range Riders in their first ever series. That one over the plate. Called strike. Now 0-2. And Lamar Sparks turns around and voices his displeasure. Something I talked about with multiple people on both sides, from the Paddleheads and the Range Riders last night. They didn't get a good read on the zone, and I already mentioned that earlier, but also the batters, they've never seen batters argue as much and have nobody get tossed. 0-2 coming in, swung on over to McNicholas, who will flip to second for the fielder's choice out to end it. It will be a 2-run deficit, but I'll tell you what, there's a guy named Livingston Morris due up in the next inning. It'll be Wofford, Morris, and Mazzone. Don't go anywhere. We head to the bottom of the 9th. And it is the Paddleheads Undertaker, Jason Newman, the man coming out to finish kind of what he started in the top of the ninth there. He hit that solo home run to start off the inning, and then his offense put on 2 more runs, which meant a 2-run lead for the Missoula Paddleheads, now after entering the top of the ninth down by a run. For Jason Newman, he comes on in rare appearances, but they are save opportunities that he comes on and gets. 3 innings pitched, 2 saves, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Opposing batters hitting 182 against him, and he's going to have to go through the middle 3 in this lineup: Wofford, Morris, and Mazzone. I already alluded to what happened last time at Flathead Field on Wednesday night when the Glacier Range Riders were down by 2 against the Billings Mustangs. It was Gabe Howell that started off that inning with a single. He got to second, and then Livingston Morris put a ball over the right field fence to send this Glacier crowd into a frenzy. This game is far from over at the 2-run deficit. First pitch swinging from Wofford, fouls it out of play. Wofford 1 for 3 today. Now has an 0-1 count. That one, a miss, count goes to 1-1, and the swing and a miss there makes it 1-2. One, two coming in. Swings on that one, carrying out to left field. A good beat on it is the left fielder, Riley, and he catches it for out number 1. Livingston Morris steps in now with the chance to put himself on. He would put this game within 1 if he was able to find a way to score. But of course, he cannot tie this game, as this is a matchup of 2 sluggers. Another pitch right down Main Street. Looks pretty good to me. The home crowd did not like it, though. 0-2 now is the count to Livingston Morris. Thought about going the appeal over to first base. They said he did not go. As Newman almost rung up Livingston Morris on 3 pitches. He's 0 for 3 tonight, is Livingston. Trying to get his first hit of the day. That one will miss his chest by a few inches. Count now goes to 2-2. 1 out, bases empty. On deck is Mazzone. McNicholas with his home run today is in the hole. He is just praying he gets to bat. McNicholas. 2-2 coming in. Misses now, 3-2. So after going up 0-2, Newman in danger of giving up his first walk of the season and putting the tying run at the plate for the Glacier Range Riders. 3-2 coming in. Swung on, a hot shot over to first base, and it's caught before it can touch the ground. A line out to first base for out number 2. This is a pinch hitter, as Justin Mazzone will be subbed out in favor of Gabe Howell. Gabe Howell coming on. Most likely Mazzone, well, my brain still kind of plans for extra innings, even though that is not the situation that we have in this. First pitch misses outside to Gabe Howell, the pinch hitter. He was the man that was aboard for that game-tying home run in the bottom of the ninth on Wednesday. I already mentioned it. 1-0 coming in. That one skips in the dirt for Gabe Howell. Pinch hitting in the key situation where an out means ball game is over. Austin McNicholas stands on deck. That one misses now, 3-0. Howell could walk, and that'll do the job just fine to at least keep the torch alive for the Glacier Range Riders. Austin McNicholas on deck, cash in the hole. 3-0 with 2 outs, the base is empty. Coming in to Gabe Howell. And it'll miss, a 4-pitch walk. The first walk given up by Newman of the season. And now we get to find out what McNicholas is made of here in the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, a runner on. He's already hit a home run today. And if he did it right here, he would match what Livingston Morris did on Wednesday night, a game-tying 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth. Not a bad way to put the league on notice in your rookie year. McNicholas will step up with the intention of doing just that, but at least he does not want to get out. First pitch will miss. It's 5 straight balls from Jason Newman. He had to warm up for so long over there. They sent him to the pen right after he hit that game-tying home run, and there was a long top of the ninth, which did give them the 2-run lead, but Newman really was trying to manage himself. This one hit. It's on the ground, and it's grabbed by the shortstop, Watley, who flips to second base for a fielder's choice, 6-4 out to end the ball game. And that is how it finishes here. A great play by Watley, who has become a thorn in the side for the Glacier crowd, and I'm sure will be a fun rivalry to track throughout the season if the fans can remember Watley. It was a great Father's Day atmosphere here, but the Range Riders just come up a little bit short in this contest. Going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to wrap it up. 5-3, the Paddleheads win this ball game. Back here at Flathead Field, the first ever series between the Glacier Range Riders and the Missoula Paddleheads has concluded. The series was won by the Glacier Range Riders, but a sour taste in the mouth for sure for the home squad because of the series finale won by the Missoula Paddleheads, especially in the fashion with which they won it. Leading all game from the bottom of the first onwards was the Glacier Range Riders, but when they came on with a 1-run lead in the top of the ninth, a solo home run by Jason Newman made it 3-3. 2 more runs were put on, and then it was Newman that got the save. The winning pitcher is the pitcher that came in right before that top of the ninth, Joey Lancelotti. Lancelotti, that is his first professional win congratulations to him and his family that maybe still be watching from North Carolina, I believe. No, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He went to school at the University of North Carolina. Austin Steinfort. Steinfort gets the blown save as well as the loss after only going 1/3 of an inning and giving up that home run as well as the 2 other runs that go earned against him. And Jason Newman gets the save for the Missoula Paddleheads. The final line score from this contest: 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors from the Missoula Paddleheads, and 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error from the Glacier Range Riders. They finish up this homestand. Well, the homestand's not over yet, but they finish up the 6 games in 6 days stretch with a loss. However, they split the stretch, 3 wins and 3 losses, 2 wins against the Paddleheads and 1 against Billings, and 2 losses against the Mustangs and 1 loss against the Paddleheads that you saw right here. The final score, 5-3 in this ball game. That will just about do it for us. With the win, the Paddleheads go to 14-9 on the season. The Glacier Range Riders fall to 10-13 on the campaign. Once again, thank you so much for joining us for today's contest. It was a great ball game. We look forward to seeing you here maybe on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or Thursday night as the 9-game homestand concludes in a 3-game stretch with the Great Falls Voyagers, the first ever trip for the team from the Electric City to Flathead Field. The final score, 5-3. My name is Jack Gladstone. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We hope you have a great Father's Day, a great rest of your night, and please stay safe out there.